Court will come to order. It is Monday, November the 20th, 2023, 9 o'clock in the morning. The Kerr County Commissioners Court is in session. We have a special agenda today, which is 1.1, canvass the official election results for the November 7, 2023 constitutional amendment election as required by law. Mr. Reeves, is this the last time we're going to see you here in this capacity?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Commissioners. Judge, before you are the official results from the November 7, 2023 constitutional amendment elections. This time I respectfully request the court to read into the record the totals for each proposition, which you'll find on the right-hand side of the page in the gray. Please read those voting for, those voting against, undervotes, and overvotes into the record. Y'all can decide how you want to divide up the 14 races.
Well, I've got 4 pages. I bet we divide them that way.
All right.
I'll read the first.
We all have
We got one.
Oh, you all have it? Okay, and then second,
Okay.
third, fourth.
Okay, well, I would have 2 of them.
The results of the constitutional amendment election for Proposition 1 is 6,898 for and 1,330 against, for a total of 8,228. Do we need to read the percentages?
No, sir, but do include the undervotes and overvotes.
With 65 undervotes and 3 overvotes. Proposition number 2, 4,288 for, 3,789 against, for a total of 8,077, with 210 undervotes and 9 overvotes. Proposition number 3, 6,344 votes for, 1,787 votes against, 148 undervotes, and 17 overvotes.
You didn't need the total.
Well, the total is 8,131. With, and then we'll move on to proposition number 4, which is for is 7,023 votes, and against is 1,171 votes, for a total of 8,194 votes, 100 undervotes, and 2 overvotes. Mr. Overvote.
All right. Proposition number 5, voting for were 4,038 votes. Against was 4,043 votes, for a total of 8,081 votes, with 209 votes undervotes and 6 overvotes. On proposition number 6, a total of 5,543 for, 2,573 against, for a total of 8,116, with 174 undervotes and 6 overvotes. On proposition number 7, a total of 4,903 for, 3,230 against, with a total cast of 8,133, 151 undervotes, 12 overvotes. And on proposition number 8, a total of 4,622 voting for, 3,483 against, for a total vote count of 8,105, with 188 undervotes and 3 overvotes.
Mr. Pace.
Proposition 9, we had 6,063 votes for, 2,137 votes against, for a total of 8,200 votes. We had 94 undervotes and 2 overvotes. For Proposition 10, we had 3,706 votes for, 4,358 votes against, for a total of 8,064 votes. We also had 224 undervotes and 8 overvotes. For Proposition 11, we had 3,985 votes for, 3,839 votes against, for a total of 7,820 votes, 24 votes total. We had 465 undervotes and 7 overvotes. Proposition 12, we had 3,483 votes for, 4,020 votes against, bringing a total at 7,503 votes. We had 780 undervotes and 13 overvotes.
For Proposition 13, we had 2,727 for, 5,326 against, for a total of 8,053 votes, 229 undervotes, and 14 overvotes. And Proposition 14, 5,354 for, 2,792 against, for a total of 8,146 votes, with 146 undervotes and 4 overvotes.
Judge, you should have before you certain pages that will need to be signed, and if the court will approve what has been read into the record.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the votes, vote count as presented?
Make a motion to approve the votes as presented.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just a few questions if I could, Bob. Were there any problems noted during the election?
No problems out of the ordinary. You can't elect a dog catcher without having a few problems, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, and has the hand count, prescribed by the Secretary of State, has that been completed?
The partial manual recount, is that complete, Ms. Alford?
That is correct.
That has been completed in court.
Were there any discrepancies?
Ms.
No.
Alford? No
No.
discrepancies.
And what method was used for that hand count?
Tally,
But it wasn't the Chapter 65 version?
as required by law. I don't know what
It
method.
varies depending on what's being done, just
We-
like the recount is different from.
We pulled the ballots out, Prop 1, 4, we put a tally mark. Prop 2, 4, we put a tally mark. Then compare them back.
I was more interested just in knowing how many markers, one caller, 2 markers, one caller, 3 markers.
One caller, and we had 3 of them tallied.
Very good.
Any other questions, any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Anything else? Could I, just as a point of privilege, call Ms. Vela to the podium, please? No, to the podium.
To the podium. Sorry.
You're gonna be on YouTube.
I've never been here before.
I know, you've never been here before. This is Denise Vela, and she is the Deputy County Clerk in charge of the Chief Election Clerk, is that correct?
Yes, sir. She is our senior elections clerk.
And I had the pleasure of a casual visit with you after the election, and you noted that you had conversations with various representatives from the Secretary of State that were there to oversee our election.
Yes,
And if you could, briefly share some of the remarks that you heard from the Secretary of State representative.
She was very impressed with both offices, the tax office and the county clerk's office, on how well we worked together. And she basically was everywhere with us. And she told me and the people that were in there that this was one of the best counties that she's worked with, that we worked so well together. So, I mean, we told her it was our first, and that it was awesome. It was really awesome. She was awesome. So.
And describe briefly the extent of the oversight that the Secretary of State's office did for this election. What all they do?
Well, she was here to, I guess, observe and make sure that we were, I guess, following everything that they're supposed to look for, from the ballot board to how everything was set up, how easily everything was happening. She gave us pointers on little things that she might have seen, but nothing.
About how many people came and what all did they do?
There was, let's see, maybe 8 from our office and then 8 from the tax office. We shadowed the tax office the whole time. They were the ones basically in charge of it. So there's different sections where the election judges and the election clerks that bring everything back when we were at the center, and we had different duties that we do.
Specifically, what I'm asking about is the number of representatives from the Secretary of State's office that came and over what period of time and what all did they do? How thorough was their review?
I only saw one lady. It was just one lady but she went to every precinct to make sure that everything was going. Actually, I did meet an SOS person, right? There was one at
Precinct 2.
Precinct 2 that he came in, and then there was an SOS person that came during early voting, and they just observed how everything was. They just, I guess, made sure that we had everything set up the way it needed to be set up according to the state. And then the one on election day, she just observed everything we did. So.
I just wanted you to share, so the public could hear how well the elections went and the grade that we got from the Secretary of State, and reassure the people that our elections are truly in good hands. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You may be excused.
Thank you, sir.
Any other business? Okay, with that, we adjourn.